Are you paying rent? Did you ever think about owning your office building? Whether it be a self-standing building or a space in an office condominium, at some point most of us think about owning our own space. So, should you? Seemingly, like every other article I write, the answer is it depends. First and foremost, your office should be the best you can get, whether it is rented or owned. In other words, don't move to a place because you can own the real estate. That, to me, is the tail wagging the dog. The same thing goes for buying equipment for tax purposes, by the way, but that's for another discussion. Move to a place that gives your practice the best exposure, period. Perhaps the rent costs more, but guess what? There's a reason for that. It's better. That's how the world and real estate work. It's a no-brainer when you can find a great location where the P&I on the mortgage payment is about the same as your current rent. That's what happened to me. Here's my story. My first office was located in a small strip center about 4 businesses. After a few years, a brand new Walmart opened up down the street, and I rented a place there. My first month, I more than doubled my sales. That's when it hit home for me. Location is kind of a big deal. About 8 years later, a piece of commercial property became available less than half a mile away and located at the busiest intersection in town. In short, it was a better location. I bought the lot, built an 11,000 square foot building for about $1.2 million. I took 5,000 square feet for myself and rented out the rest. Between mine and my tenant's rent, my mortgage payment was basically covered, and after 15 years it was paid off. So I sold my practice to another OD, and then I became his landlord for a while. Having paid off the note, that rent money went right in my pocket. Life was great. But all good things come to an end. The real estate market changed, and there was suddenly a glut of commercial property for rent, and I saw that I would have to lower my rents to stay competitive. When my biggest tenant, a pain clinic, talked about moving out and building his own building, I knew it was time to sell. Luckily, the pain clinic bought my building instead of moving. The real estate didn't appreciate, but they paid for the building about what I spent for it in the first place. But all that time, I basically got free rent. Maybe next time we'll talk about how to pick a good location. Let me know if you're interested.